Next year's roadmap is out. Let's dive right in. What we want to see in the best set of 2026. Hi guys, welcome back to Casting Commons, the show where we talk and discuss all things Pauper. I am your host Teasdale, and this is my co-host, the crab apple cohort himself, Reese.
Hello.
Before we start, do not forget to support by rating us 5 stars on Spotify, following us on Twitter at CastingCommons1 for the most recent Pauper deck list, and of course, subscribing on YouTube. So, how are you doing?
Not great after seeing that roadmap. It's pretty demoralising as a Magic player, to be honest.
You must enjoy IPs.
I know. Yeah, it's sad that we have like 2, maybe 3 actual sets.
Yep.
And then just a lot of chilling. But hey ho, we've got one of the best sets ever, hopefully. So fingers crossed.
So as we thought we were under the same principle. Everyone's seen the roadmap and everyone's looking to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Well, let's be honest, that's not going to happen. But we're going to think positively here. And as Reese has already touched on, we've obviously got the best set of 2026, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen regardless, even if it's mid. It's the greatest set of all time anyways, because everyone loves Lorwyn, let's be honest. And just think it's not gonna be as bad as Star Trek, Nickelodeon Land, and whatever else is going on. So we're gonna think positively, and what we've decided to do here is talk about things that we would like to see in Lorwyn Eclipsed, I believe is the name of the set. And I am so hyped for this set because Lorwyn is one of the sets that I started with. And it is, every time I hear about it, it's always beloved and long overdue returned. So, where should we start?
I guess a decent place to start is something that actually came back recently in Spider-Man? Was it Spider-Man? I've seen it recently. The hybrid mana, anyway. Hybrid mana.
Yes.
That's one thing from, I believe it was more Shadow Moon Eventide. That brought that to Magic. But it's a sweet one, and we've seen like a lot of weird hybrid cards see play in Pauper over the years. It gives decks the abilities to do stuff that sometimes they shouldn't. So like Inside Out, for example, is quite a weird one in a very strange deck with Tireless Tribe.
Yep.
Stuff like Curse of Chains as well. Obviously, Fair has better options now. But for quite a while, Curse of Chains was a pretty strong Fair sideboard card that was essentially a white card that the blue deck could play.
Yeah, I think hybrid spells are pretty interesting, right? Always, I've got to try some of the. I've tried one of the new Spider-Man ones, right? The blue-white modify guy.
No, it was Spider-Man. Yeah, it was Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was Spider-Man. And I've still got a couple more. I've tried the Mob Lookout as well. That was also in that same deck. But yeah, I've got the other one, the Reach guy, to try. So, and I
literally drafted the set yesterday, and I already have forgotten all of the cards. It was possibly the worst draft experience I have ever had. Magic. It was so bad.
Did you play pick 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
To be fair, the actual draft part of it was sort of interesting because it just went really fast.
Right,
but just all the cards are either broken or awful. So there was like, I lost the game to Jack because he just played Spider-Man India. And I had no answer for Spider-Man India, so I just died to Spider-Man India.
What is Spider-Man India?
Exactly, it's an uncommon, so it's not of much relevance here. But my removal spell was -3/-3, and it was a 4/4. And then the next turn, I just died.
Sure, aye.
But yeah, do not draft Spider-Man. But hybrid mana is a cool thing that it did use.
Yes, it definitely has. It gives a lot of access to cards. Like even touching on Spider-Man, like there's the Spider Manifestation, right? That's a another one, which is 1 and a green red hybrid for a 2/2. So a 2-mana 2/2 with reach that can tap to add red or green, and then it untaps if you play a big spell, like a 4-mana or greater. Essentially, that gives access to red mana docks, which is interesting. And also, Deathrite Shaman, another Utorious hybrid mana example, not in Pauper, but yeah.
Slippery Bogle is a good one that is actually in Pauper and played quite a lot.
Yes.
There's also like the enchantments from Eventide that were all quite interesting at common, like Clout of the Dominus and stuff like that. The Nip Gwillian one as well, the black-white one. Obviously they haven't really made much of an impact in Pauper. Occasionally you'll see like Steel of the Godhead or Shield of the Oversoul in like an Auras deck. But yeah, it's a really cool mana system, and lets one colour decks play cards that maybe should have been 2 colours to play.
Yeah, definitely, and it's pretty cool. I really do like the hybrid system as well. Like, it's a really good way of balancing cards, or even giving other decks access to cards as well. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, moving on to the next one, which to me is probably my favourite because, let's be honest, I'm a bit biased. But we're going with we'd like to definitely see some persist creatures / -1/-1 interactions, right? So we've had some cards in the past, obviously with persist, like Putrid Goblin is another good one. Safehold Elite is another one, or utilised in sort of combo decks like Project X and Mogwarts. There is been other, like Shadowmoor Block had a lot of -1/-1 interaction with like Quillspike and Devoted Druid. Reese mentioned before the pod, Quillspike downshift would definitely be sweet.
It would be quite interesting. I don't know if it would be good enough. Obviously, I guess it's sort of like a Brood Scale-y combo, but just the both halves are a lot worse than a Brood Scale.
Yeah.
But yeah, just sort of obviously it's more Shadowmoor than Lorwyn, but I believe this new set is both because they can't do blocks anymore, so we're not allowed 2 sets on the same place. So you could get like that -1/-1 interaction. Something that would combo with Devoted Druid would be quite interesting, because obviously Modern and other formats have had that for forever, basically. Since it was printed, it could combo with stuff.
Yeah.
And we've never really got that, because although Devoted Druid is a common, all the other stuff has been uncommon or rare.
Was there that? What was that? Was it Blowfly Infestation? Was that an uncommon? The enchantment.
Yeah.
That sort of does stuff with -1/-1 counters. Can we get that? That was cool. I remember playing that back in the day. That was something like that. But yeah, even more interesting, because I think a lot of the persist creatures had really cool design, right? Like even the Undying creatures as well have sort of done the same, where it's basically the like enter the battlefield, or their abilities sort of a lot of them worked on like their power and all that sort of stuff, which provides really interesting design. For sure. So
there's also just sort of as a add-on to this, Wither as well is obviously a Shadowmoor ability that is -1/-1 counter inclined. Obviously, it's not a huge thing in Pauper, like the infect creatures dealing damage in the form of -1/-1 counters doesn't usually matter that much. But yeah, it's another interesting one that could provide a cool wrinkle if something's playable.
Yeah, definitely. And then that sort of comes on to actual mechanics, right? We're gonna touch on some returner mechanics that we really liked in that block. If you want to start.
Yeah, I think the most obvious one is Evoke. We've already seen cards spoiled with Evoke. They've both been rares. But it's clearly coming back. Obviously, Muldrifter is a Pauper All-Star from Lorwyn with Evoke. So more Evoke stuff would be sweet. Obviously, we had the Soul of the Harvest, or Soul that made the birds. That was playable for a while.
Soul of Migration,
that's the one. With the Angelic Renewal or Late to Dinner stuff. Obviously, that's been power crept out a bit now, but something that's not just auto value that Muldrifter is, I guess, like something that makes you work a bit harder for it might be more interesting, as Muldrifter is sort of like the highest power Evoke, and you don't really have to do anything for it to be good.
Yeah, I think the thing is, obviously, a lot of the Evoke design that they've spoiled, right, and even though the rares, is to do with, like, the mana they've put into them, right?
Yeah.
So, which is a really good way to, let's air quote, fix the thing that they don't like about Evoke. Obviously, like, with the Modern Horizons pitch ones that you can pitch and flicker and, grief someone to death and all that sort of stuff. Or in Pauper, you can obviously just keep flickering and Muldrifter for card advantage. I think that's still, like, that's... The mana spent is a really cool way to, as I say, fix them, because you get, for Pauper in particular, you still get the one enter effect, which could be powerful enough to obviously do some interaction, but then you could have the flicker being used for a big body, which is also good for Pauper. So...
Yeah, so the ones they've previewed, it's basically you get the trigger on cast, right? Rather than just ETB, so... For like, if they'd fixed a Solitude, for example, you'll get the Sword Splashes on the first one, but when you ephemerate it, you wouldn't get it anymore, which probably could have made those Modern Horizons cards a lot less heinous if that was the case, and probably they wouldn't need banned in multiple formats. But that would be pretty cool. My initial thought was something like an Ingot Chewer, maybe buffed, so it exiled, to hit on the artifact mana base a bit more. Yeah.
I really do like the current ones that we do have from Lorna, as you say, like Ingot Chewers still sort of playing like Cycle Storm and stuff. You've got Wispmare as a thing in your back pocket if you need to hit enchantments, that sort of thing. It's really cool, like that sort of thing, like those sort of narrow effects are still fine. Like obviously Muldrifter in itself is just, here's 2 cards. But yeah, definitely. It's definitely, even though it has busted potential, right? Like, obviously, Grief and Solitude and Fury and whatever are all busted. It's weird, you don't associate that, well, I don't anyways, associate that with Evoke being busted. It's, those cards are busted. Evoke is still a sweet-ass mechanic.
They made it free.
Yeah. So
I think even if those cards just cost mana to evoke, there would probably be a lot less heinous than they are now. The second mechanic is sort of a more fringe one that doesn't see an awful lot of play in Pauper. There's only really one card that springs to mind for me, and that's the Conspire mechanic. So the one I immediately thought of was is it Gleeful Sabotage?
Oh yeah,
the 2 mana destroy artifact, and you can tap 2 guys to do it again.
Yep.
It would be cool to see more Conspire. It gives the creature decks basically something to do, some way to get more value out of their spells. Obviously, White Weenie could utilize stuff like this very well. Elves, really good. Even Fae, if there was a good blue Conspire card, could use the Conspire.
Yeah, exactly. I think obviously the good thing about Conspire is, in Pauper, there's obviously a lot of monocolored decks, right? So we really can utilize it if they are good enough. And even though you do lose like tempo tapping your guys to do them, if a spell or effect is strong enough, it definitely could be useful. So hopefully we do. I think that's one of the mechanics that definitely would be interesting to see come back more than others, because of how, I would say, low impact it's felt previously. Yeah. And it'd be good to see done with like a modern hat on, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It is a weird one. Obviously, Gleeful Sabotage was playable for a long time, but I feel like a lot of those type of cards, like the Destroy Artifact cards, like Ingot Chewer as well, basically just got made unplayable because of bridges.
Yeah, definitely.
So now it's like, you now need to push the design of those cards to be like like you could change Gleeful Sabotage to just be Exile, and it will probably be playable immediately.
Yeah.
In the sideboard. But yeah, just because of bridges being in the format, you have to push all these cards either out or power them up more than they really need to be.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. The next mechanic is sort of under the similar vein as well. I would say it's also sort of picking up a bit as well in current times. Well, one card in particular is the card I'm thinking of. And the mechanic is Retrace, which you can basically discard a land and pay the spell's cost to recast it. And cards like Raven's Crime at the moment are picking back up quite a bit for all these random control decks, High Tide and stuff, these So they can be really useful against the mid-range decks and the combo decks, so it's sort of picking up there. But it'd be cool to see other cards return with Retrace, because Retrace is a strong effect.
Yeah. Flame Jab's another cool one that sees sort of occasional playing like dredge sideboards and stuff like that. Yeah, it is a cool ability, Retrace. It sort of feels a lot more toned down because you have to, like, than other sort of flashbacky type spells, because even though you can cast it multiple times, you're having to like pay the cost and pay an extra cost of like discarding a land.
Yeah.
And it has to be a land right as well. You can't just discard any card. So it is quite a steep cost. So it's not as busted as something like Escape with Sleep of the Dead. It's not as free. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting mechanic. Pauper has more than enough graveyard hit to sort of battle if a Retrace card is strong.
Worm Harvest. That was a rare, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 5 mana make the guy.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, let's make that common. Oh, it was uncommon in Modern Masters. Oh, it's coming. It's coming, guys. Worm Harvest.
You just want sort of mid-range green-black pile. I guess it's like a Gardens thing.
Yeah, Gardens thing. Let's go.
Gardens win con.
Yeah.
Just play one Worm Harvest.
But yeah. Retrace is definitely a cool one. And it also, I always liked the fact that it made the feel bad of ripping a land less feel baddy, because you had these things to cast as well. Not only does it can come at a cost, as you say, you can hold these lands, but also if you're in the late game, you go, I top a land, okay, I can just recast my Retrace spell, which is very nice.
I think what we're learning from going over this is old cards were designed very well.
Yes. Let's just say Lorwyn block was designed very well.
Sort of going into the more obvious stuff then, I guess, that people are sort of hyped for. We've basically grouped this all together because it sort of is all the same, but we've sectioned it from that into like its individual parts. So the general sort of stuff is more typal or archetypal support. So the main one being we're going to get more common creatures of relevant types. So more elves, more goblins, more fairies. We won't be getting more slivers, I don't think, but the three main tribes, well, two main tribes and goblins, we will definitely be getting more of. And then alongside that, it would be quite interesting if we got support for types that have a lot of cards but aren't currently really playable in Pauper. Something like Kifkin or Elementals would be sweet to see. Yeah.
Even like the, not necessarily like main types, as in like is it subtypes is they're called? Like soldiers or warriors or whatever. Because like all was it Morningtide with all the lords that make them cost less, and they're all like, they were like, when they're like rogues and this, and Prowl. Yeah. Prowl was a cool one as well. Like that
there was
sort
a
of
lot
had
of
that rogue
warrior
support.
stuff in Shadowmoor as well, wasn't there?
Yeah. So like all that sort of stuff, like the cool support for the subtypes would be pretty good. Just, we're getting to the point where a lot of Pauper's monocolour, but not very typal. It's just like, you've got elves and fairies, and that's sort of it.
Yeah. Some more typal like decks would be cool to see.
Yeah.
I think Kifkin is like one that could be like quite legitimate as like a contender for the white weenie slot. I think the Lord is maybe a big sticker. If the downshifted the Kifkin Lord, that would be pretty sick, because they already have quite an array of good 1-drops, if I remember rightly, but maybe just not enough support for them.
Yeah.
There was I guess it might be uncommon as well, the Kifkin guy that was 1 mana, but you had to reveal a Kifkin to cast him. That was quite good as well. Yeah, it'll be cool to see more types, I guess.
Yeah,
more
definitely.
Creature types, more creature decks.
Yeah, I agree. For sure. The other thing that would definitely be cool is more like typal non-creature stuff as well. That's another big one. Like Nameless Inversion is the big card that comes to mind right now. Crib Swap we talked about last week as well.
Tarfire as well is a solid one, but just doesn't have a home because goblins aren't supported. there's also like there was enchantments as well, although I think they were uncommon. Yeah, definitely spells that have creature types would be cool. Like more elf ones, I think the elf ones are probably elves and fairies ones are obviously the most likely to see play. But like I don't know, enchantment like a bind the monsters that's got a fairy type would be pretty sick. Like camps up your spells to a sprite and stuff like that.
You're saying that right, but you're definitely gonna hate it when it's out. If that's the case, but yeah, it is definitely cool to see. Like obviously we would definitely want to see some more interesting. Like as I say, enchantments would be big for sure. Like as I say, elves, means that priest of Titania and Timberwatch elf now get bigger. You know what I mean? They add for extra mana, they get an extra +1/+1 because your spider silk armor or whatever it's called is now an elf. Yeah, it's definitely pretty sweet. But also, even more spells. Like, Nameless Inversion's the big one for me because it is a changeling, it is a zombie. But it means that, like, Ghoul Caller's Chance, a big card, like, can return these as spells. So if you did get... I don't think Zombie's probably that supported in Lorwyn, I can't really remember. But, that sort of vibe is you could have cards that return other card types. Return an elf or return a goblin or whatever, and if these cards are instant and sorceries, you get cheaper ways of returning them because they are tribal, which will be pretty sweet. Like those sort of interactions are just really cool.
I'm not even sure if there is any like permanence with creature types that aren't creatures that are legal in Pauper currently. I feel like they might all be like uncommon plus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Not that I've seen, anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely one that would be sweet to return to. Sort of still on the typal theme. I guess off color, is that the right word? But maybe non-green elves and non-blue fae. To encourage, I guess, deck diversity. If there's a really good blue-black fae, it gives a lot more of an incentive to play black in your fae deck rather than just autopilot into mono blue. Same for the elves. Like if there's a really good green-black elf or green-white elf, it'll give you a reason to play that different color.
100%, and I think that's a big thing for me. Is like black's obviously quite common in elves in other formats. That'd be cool to see like other colors, and then like we do have other colored fae decks, but that's for more removal than actual fair playability. Like it'd be cool to get a black fair, for example, that mono blue fair doesn't have access to. That's really interesting in design. That makes it more like makes it worth playing. It'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
Just before I forget. I've just checked on Kindred, obviously the new word for tribal. There is 2 Pauper legal Kindred enchantments, I think they both are. And none of them are none of them are relevant as such. One is a tree folk aura, it's Lignify.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And the other one is Bound in Silence, which is a rebel one.
Which is from Future Sight.
Future Sight or something like that. But yeah, Tree Folk. Oh, let's play some Tree Folk.
I feel like they're probably costed out of the format, right? They're all quite expensive.
Yeah, but what happens if they make good ones that are like 1 and 2 mana?
The downshift Tree Folk Harbinger.
Yes. Just every good Tree Folk that was in Morningtide and Lorwyn, just make them all common. Give us a field day. Just don't give them all Defender though. Like if there's ones with Defender, don't downshift those ones because those ones are probably broken somewhere down the line. Tree Folk! Yeah, and then finally, which we sort of alluded to, right, is Changeling. Changeling was a big thing in Lorwyn block, let's say.
Yeah. And
it was a pretty cool mechanic, cool to see. Had obviously cool interactions, as I mentioned, Nameless Inversion, being able to Ghoul Callers chant it back. We've obviously got some really cool ones now with it returning in Kaldheim. We have obviously Mass Vandal's a big one. Is a changeling that is very good for all sorts of different things, mainly because it's an elf. But yeah, it'd be cool to see some more cards like that. Like it'd be even better as if there were in other colours that also help support. Like even if it's a good black creature with flying, for example, that helps support Fae without actually support mono blue Fae is a sweet one. Even if it is a changeling, not necessarily a fairy. So, changeling is definitely a big one for me.
Yeah, it's a really cool mechanic. Obviously, we don't really see it that much. There's the 1 mana one from Mon Horizons. I sort of remember seeing playing like the mono black
Changeling Outcast
aggro decks. Yeah, when they were playable. Obviously, we've mentioned Crib Swap last week. Outside of that, I can't really remember many changelings that were playable. Obviously, Mass Vandal, but yeah, it's a very cool mechanic. Again, slots into those typal decks very well. Mass Vandal's basically a mainstay in Elves now. So yeah, it would be very cool to see it back. I think the biggest takeaway from this for me is other typal decks would be nice to have back in Pauper.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether it be goblins or elementals or Kitkin or just something else a bit different.
Can we have a goblin ringleader?
Lackey, downshift Lackey.
Oh, you get me so excited. Can we skip like the rest of this year? Can we skip Avatar and just go straight to Lorwyn? We want some Lorwyn.
Yeah, after my Spider-Man experience, I would like to do that as well.
But you don't want a waterbend and airbend and earthbend?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways, sticking positively. Positive. That was me getting negative there, and I apologise, people. We're positive. We're hyped for Lorwyn Eclipsed. Great start to the new year. And the spoilers all seem really cool as well so far. We haven't seen anything Pauper playable just yet. I think they're all rares, right? And mythics. But the design just fills me with nostalgia and excitement.
It definitely looks like they've hit the nail on the head returning to Lorwyn. Like, an initial glance of the spoilers that they've shown, which is maybe like 10 cards at this point, they all look like spot on for this is from Lorwyn. This is what Lorwyn is.
Yes.
Which is really great to see. And hopefully the extra time they've set it back is worth it.
Yeah, hopefully. So, anything else to add?
No, I think you covered it pretty well.
So if you are excited to see anything from Lorwyn, please join the Discord. Of course, always the best way to join it. Join it and just join in, start talking. I did a giveaway as well where I asked people what they were excited about. So I already know what the people in the Discord are excited about. So you can join and tell me what you're excited about as well. And it'd be cool. Cool to hear everyone's different thoughts, for sure. And while we're on the Discord, obviously we have a giveaway every month. Again, another way to do, join the Discord. So be part of Hot Takes and Pauper Thoughts as well. And if we use them, we will add you to the giveaway end of each month. And the winners are, congratulations to Hab Master Dave for the player points. And of course, Ozzy for the card market credit. I've reached out to you already and to give you the info that you need or info I need to do that. So it'll be pretty exciting and I'm happy for you all. I have been told that Hab Master Dave has already just made his Magic Online account and he's now got some player points to just get going. So it works out. Some tournament news. We're going to fly through them because I'm like a well-oiled machine nowadays. In date order as well. Look at this. We're getting so sorted. London Pauper Showdown, the third, the dreaded return, is on October the 18th, 2025, the event runs, and it kicks off at 10:30, so please check out the link in the description. Of course, the next one, a new one recently added, Element Games, 25th of October, Pauper Winner Box. The tickets are available in the description. Gonna be a sweet event, sweet store. 25th of October as well in Leipzig. There's a 128 player Pauper event in Germany's biggest tournament. Check out the link in the description if you are in the area and want to join that because that is going to be a sweet one also. But this one I'm excited about also. The Pauper Spezl 2 in Munich. 22nd of November, 64 player cap. They have signed cards part of the prize pool. Always a great addition to the prize pool. And I have seen the cool ass tokens that are on sale all day with their event sponsor. So please check out the link in the description for those tokens, cause, even the event, because the tokens look sick. Just go just for them tokens if you're in the area. But the big one, Pauper Nationals, general sale is here. First day, already announced that 70 tickets have already been sold. 29th of November, Secret Space in Birmingham, £40 entry, 210 player cap, biggest event yet. I am excited for this. The build up for the end of the year.
I should probably buy my ticket.
Yeah, probably. Sweet. That is all for the tournaments. Look at that. It was like a slick, well-oiled machine. I don't even think I took a breath. Woo! So, let's talk challenges.
Yeah, sort of a bit unfortunately, because they're not the most interesting. I feel like the format's really solidified itself now, especially with Spider-Man sort of spoilers coming in and doing absolutely nothing.
There's time. Don't worry.
So the Friday, the 26th challenge, 51 players, so not bad turnout for a Friday. First place, Mono Red Madness. Second place, Jund Wildfire. Third place, Rally Red. Fourth place, Green Red Ramp. Fifth place, Jund Wildfire. Sixth, Great Spinity. Seventh and eighth, both Mono Black Sacks. And then the two near misses, ninth was Green Black Fog, and 10th was Red Black Madness. I guess standouts for this. The two Mono Black Sack were our two Mono Black Sack boys from last week, with Hamuda and Weber, both coming 7th and 8th, I believe. Once again, what did they come last? Did they come 7th and 8th last week as well?
Yeah, it was somewhere close to that, to be fair. I don't think I had to change it in the notes, so probably.
No. The lists look very similar to the ones they played last week, with Weber still just on the 3 Periges. And 3 Staminas, and 3 Accursed Marauders. He likes the number 3. And then Hamuda just trimming on the Accursed Marauders down to 2. Still on the weird 3 Bloodthorn Vampires as well, but on the 4 Periges and the 1 of Reaping the Graves in the main.
Just in case.
Outside of that,
moving on to Saturday. No, but
I guess
go on.
The Red Black Madness in 10th is an artifactless version.
Fairly stock nowadays, to be fair. No Swarm, Beer of Bees, I guess is another thing to note.
Yeah.
The new Mayhem Kitchen Imp Flash dude from Spooderman. I don't know what it's called in actual Magic Online land of Through the Omen Paths, but Swarm being of bees.
Something bees, probably, I guess. Is he still made of bees?
Probably.
Yeah. Other than that, really nothing else to write home about. The Greener ramp list in 4th had 4 ram throughs in the main. Seems quite a lot.
I think we've had this list before, right? 3 rumbles, 4 ram through, 2 Sagu, all ring a bell. Yeah. It's red green ramp, right? It kind of runs hot when it wants to run hot, and then folds to itself 99% of the time. But yeah, nothing else to add. I do like in 3rd, by the way, the 1 of Synth from Rally Red. Just amusing. Like, is that even worth the card slot? Like 1 Synth, but you know.
Yeah, it very much seems like these rally lists can't decide on if they want Synth or not. Like, we've seen anywhere from 0 to 4 at this point in the rally lists. There's also 1 of Cast Into the Fire in the main, which is quite a strange, interesting card. Especially to run just 1 of. I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning behind that is.
Cast it off Burning Tree.
Well, yeah, I get that it's a good card.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. That's all you got. It's like a card that's like, hey, I got you.
There's also 1 of Mind Collapse in the sideboard, which is quite a cool one against Terror. Yeah. Interesting.
Yep. Moving on to Saturday.
Yeah, the Saturday, the 27th of September, 49 players. So about right for a Saturday.
Yep.
First place was Elves. Second place was Jund Wildfire. 3rd and 4th were 2 Mono Blue Terrors. 5th and 6th were 2 High Tides, back out of retirement from last week. 7th was Jund Wildfire, and 8th was Ponza. Then the 2 near misses, 9th was Mono Black Sack again, and 10th was Rally Red. The biggest standout for me is this new Barola Elf list that came first. Mainly because it's quite strange. they've only got 5 draw spells. There's 1 lead the Stampede, 4 Winding Ways. They've gone for like the multicoloured elf plan with the Birch Laws and Jespera Sentinels, but also still have 4 Mass Vandals and 4 Ents in the main. Alongside a full set of Nyxborn Hydras and 2 Avenging Hunters, so for some extra bombs. And then because they've cut all the draw spells, they still have room for 4 Well-Wishers in the main as well. So just basically 4 of everything, cut the draw spells, I guess is the idea.
You don't need draw spells when everything is action, because you're always drawing action.
And then the sideboard as well is quite interesting. Obviously, it's got the capability to play the multicolours, so they're utilising that for 4 Hallows and 4 Prohibits, which we've seen often from elves. 3 Fairy Macabres, just in case anyone is actually playing Spy nowadays.
In
but then
2025, what?
Yeah, 4 Pick Your Poison, which is something that obviously when MKM came out, everyone was like super hyped and super scared of, and then it just wasn't very good, and we didn't really see it. But now it's back as a 4-off.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting, right? Because the bridge deck now is probably also more likely to have, like, the bridge deck now goes bridge go more often than Affinity would, so it kind of is better, I guess. Is an interesting way of looking at it. I don't know how good it actually is, though. I don't think it's probably still the worst artifact removal, right? But it's 1 mana. It still hits bridges. Like, most often, Jund Wildfire will go bridge pass than most other decks.
I guess in combination with Mass Vandal as well, you can go after the mana base pretty hard against Jund Wildfire, right?
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
I'm assuming that's going to be the idea after the sideboard. The Well-Wisher in the mains just seems like the oddest one to me. Just because there isn't really that much red at the moment. Like, there's none in that top 8, but even still, like, it does seem to be on a bit below. It's more like mono black.
It's also, it's a weird one, right? Because it's red where it doesn't matter too. So, like, if there is red, you've got basically Rally Red that is sort of good against, because obviously they've got less removal. But then, like, Madness, it's good against, but it's never sticking. They've got infinite amount of removal. But then, if the aggro deck is mono black, like, it's a fine stabilizing tool, right? But then they still run Shambling Gas, but they don't run 4, so it is a weird place, right? I would say Well-Wisher. Because
I feel like it's just okay against mono black, though. I feel like you don't really need it.
Yeah, you don't need it, but I think it's just one of them. It's like it turns into a card that probably, if it gains 10 life, that probably not. If this, like, do you know what I mean? It's a card that they have to kill.
Yeah,
in a deck that they don't have much removal.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, and it's like sort of the same against, like, say, a White Weenie, but again, that's not really massively played, or Madness. They have to kill it.
And I guess it's a matchup where your sideboard doesn't really come into play because you don't really have anything.
Yeah. So, pretty interesting, but obviously works out. It's a deck that probably has to run hot for sure, with only 5 draw spells, I would say. Sweet to see. Always do like some elves.
Yeah. Other than that, there wasn't a lot else to talk about. The High Tide list, one of them had a Words of Wisdom in, which we've spoke about before. It's quite a cool piece of tech. The other one was playing the Petals of Insight, so they've got the easy free win combo. And then the red-green Ponza that came 8th. He's running the one of Structural Distortion that we spoke about last week or the week before.
Yeah.
The like extra Ponza effect, essentially.
Yeah, it seems like it's probably. I think probably. Let's be honest, it probably was Ixidor that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. That right?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
The only person in the world playing Ponza, but yeah.
To be fair, it seemed like a solid top 8 for Ponza as well, but then just didn't. I'm assuming he didn't play against the 2 High Tide players.
They versed Nuber. Yeah, versed Nuber Rollroom first in the quarters.
He played against the worst matchup and immediately lost.
Shock horror.
Yeah, that's a shame. Obviously, going into that top 8, it looks pretty decent, like decent position to be playing Ponza in. But yeah, immediately getting paired into elves.
Yep.
When you've got what 3 breath weapons in the board and that's it.
Yep.
Moving on to Sunday.
Just a quick one beforehand. We were obviously mocking the spy players. One came in 11th. Just a wall spy player. Nothing interesting. They're playing the Wolf 777. Is it 2 sevens? 3 sevens? 3 sevens. Tech of playing Avenger Hunter, which is pretty sweet. But yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't really get why we haven't seen more spy, but it seemed to like explode and then just didn't do anything.
It's because everyone's still playing Fairy Macabre. They're just not letting go.
Soul's Fairy Macabre forever.
Yeah, okay, after that, moving on to Sunday.
Sunday the 28th. 58 players. Is that right? No, there's 63 players.
63 players, sorry, I haven't updated.
I was going to say, I'm sure there was almost 64 players again. Yeah, 63 players, so we're nearly back at our 64-player plus Sundays, finally. First place was FAMS. Second place, Rally Red. Third place, Jund Wildfire. Fourth place, Ponza. Fifth place, Grix Affinity. Sixth place, Mono Red Madness. Seventh place, Mono Blue Terror. And eighth place, Mono Black Sack. All the monos in a row. And then the 2 near misses. 9th was another copy of Mono Blue Terror, and 10th was another copy of Jund Wildfire. FAMS win?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere?
And it wasn't GN. Just
no. It was Chaotic MTG.
Yeah. Nothing too super crazy. It's the Meeting of Minds version, which... For all the FAMS players that seem to slate Meeting of the Minds, it seems to be the one that wins all the time. Just saying. I'm not no FAMS player, but every time I see this deck, it's always Meeting of Minds. That's all I'm saying.
It's got quite an interesting card. Well, a few interesting cards in the sideboard as well. Cop Blue, 2 of. Obviously seems pretty apt right now with all the terror running about.
Yep.
But also it's got 2 Ride's End, which is from a card from Ether Drift, which we don't see many of in Pauper because the set was really bad. It's a 4 and a white instant, and it exiles target creature or vehicle, but it costs 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped permanent.
Seems pretty solid as like a weight, obviously, versus like the mid-range decks like Grix Affinity and Jund Wildfire, right? Like a deck like this, its original game plan when against the artifact decks was dust to dust all your lands, and I'll return the dust to dust, and then I'll dust to dust all your lands, and then I'll return the dust to dust, and I'll dust to dust all your lands.
Yeah.
And you'll never cast anything ever again. And then if you do get a Mer Enforcer down, I'll dust to dust those as well. But the fact that Jund Wildfire's like sort of the more played mid-range deck of choice, like you don't have that many dust to dust targets, it doesn't really impact them as much. Ride's End seems
it's
like
not getting rid of all the threats.
Yeah,
is it?
It seems like the perfect catch-all, right? You still get exile all the Chrysalis, all the refurbs, all the whatever the hell you want, Crackland Shaman or whatever, and then still does the same against Affinity, right? Pretty sick.
I guess a lot of the time it's just a 2-mana exile target creature instantly, right?
Yeah.
Which is a pretty legit rate, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Another thing to touch on with this list is they are playing Glory Scale, which is definitely correct, especially now with Spider-Man. And there's 1 million legends that are now Pauper legal.
Yep. Just in case.
I guess even more so in the Meeting of Minds version, because you have just a lot more random creatures. Like, get in for 1 damage.
But the first Ring Tempting use stops the cast down, right? It makes it legendary, right?
Yeah.
So you could literally counter a creature spell and make your Murmur Mystic uncast downable. Not that it'll come up very often, but if it does, like that's to me, with having more legends, right? You might as well run this just in case. For sure.
And it gives it that sort of can't be blocked by big guys as well.
Yeah, Skulk. Is that what they call it?
I don't think it gives it Skulk, but I think that's what Skulk does as well.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll take your word for it. Ring Tempts you has a lot of words.
Yeah. And then I guess finally in the sideboard, 2 Stonehorns as well, which is another card I haven't seen in quite a while in Familiars.
Yeah. Seems pretty well positioned in like the Flickertron sort of stuff, so I imagine it just transitions quite well, right?
Yeah, I guess also if people are just playing a lot of mono block, not being constantly abyssed by their massive guys is probably giving you a lot of time to think.
Yeah, definitely. But pretty sweet list overall. There is no, what's the card? AoE card? Cryogen Relic. They're not playing like Cryogen Relic farms. They're not playing High Tide farms. It's literally just bog standard-ish Meeting of Minds farms with some cool sideboard tech and a glorious gale in the main. 2 Ephemerates, 1 Flicker.
The Cryogen Relic sort of has a clash point with the Meeting of Minds shell, though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, because you probably couldn't the Seagate Oracles or the Mold Drifters to fit that in, and then your Meeting of Minds is just then worse than it was before.
100%.
So quite interesting that you like probably force down one of 3 paths with this deck.
Yeah. I definitely I can't say I'll ever play FAMs, right, to be honest, but definitely do like the look of these sort of Meeting of Minds lists. They just look cleaner. Like I can see they're only running 3, which can definitely showcase that the card can be clunky. Like it is a 4-mana draw spell, but it can be, obviously, the upside is incredible, right? A 0-mana draw spell that you can keep flickering and going. So it's pretty sweet. Kudos to them.
Moving down, the second place Rally Red list is basically doing exactly what we just said previously. It's got 4 things in. So we went from 1 to 4. But other than that, it's a really sort of clean looking list. It doesn't have the Ginger Brutes in, which is basically where it's made space for these simps.
Sad times.
But it's just, it's got the 20 creature package, the 8 burn spells with Lightning Bolt and Gal Blast.
Yep.
2 end the festivities, I guess, as the flex, and then 4 Ren's Resolves, 4 rallies, 4 sims. Gives me some Kuldotha vibes.
You say that every time, but then never pick it back up.
Yeah, I sort of built it, and then I just played a load of Terror, and the deck was better.
Wow, you're the problem.
Yeah, clearly. Sideboard as well, sort of doubling down, I guess, on the Mind Collapse as 2 now. I'm assuming a Terror tool is the main thing I'm seeing it as, but I'm assuming it could come in against other things as well. I guess
Chrysalis.
It hits Chrysalis pretty well as well, right? Yeah, the first one. Other than that, not too much spice in the sideboard. A few Pyroblasts, some Casting into the Fires. An Electrickery, I guess, is an interesting one. You've got 2 ends in the main, but maybe the instant speed against exactly fair is better.
Yeah, I can imagine that. That seems pretty relevant, I guess.
And some Smash to Smithereens, which doesn't seem that great at the moment, but we've got them there.
Yeah, you never know. I guess 3 damage might matter, but not hitting a bridge, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough.
Tough indeed.
Other than that, is there anything else you want to touch on?
I don't think so, right? I didn't think anything out. Nothing looked too exciting.
I guess shout out to Hamuda coming 8th again with Mono Black, and Ixodor coming 4th right this time with Ponza, same list. With the 1 of Structural Distortion. No High Tides in the top 8, but came 4th.
Another Walls player just missing out on... Walls Spy player missing out on top 8, coming 12th as well. So they are there, just hiding, lurking in the shadows.
1 Axebane.
1 Axebane, just in case.
Correct number.
Just in case.
It'd be interesting to see the sort of breakdown on Spy. Like, has it disappeared? Are people still playing it? Are they just not performing with it, basically?
Yeah, pretty interesting. Another one in 18th as well, but also shout out to Bako trying the Elves list that we talked about with the Pick Your Poison and the Avenging Hunters and stuff. 5 draw spells, coming 14th. So
the 18th Wall Spy is actually a weird one as well. It's got Elves of Deep Shadowing and Jesper Sentinels, but it's not Elves.
No. To be fair, it seems pretty interesting, right? I do think the idea of having Mana Dorks is really good, even in Wall Spy. Like your actual dude, like your overrun Batman's taps for less, but you get to go from 1 to 3 quite efficiently, which is quite nice. So, yeah. Sweet to see Elves of the Deep Shadow popping off, sort of.
Card's good.
Card is goated. Anything else to add?
No, I think that's it from me. That's sort of the top 8 haven't been the most interesting. We get like a couple decks each one that are sort of worth talking about. But if you actually scan down the challenges, there's still a lot of stuff there, but it's just not converting as consistently as like Terror, Wildfire, Sack, and 1 or 2 of the each variation of red deck.
Yeah, for sure. But still pretty sweet stuff. It's still pretty diverse. Just obviously, it has definitely leveled out to, as you say, what are the better decks.
Yeah.
Sure. Move on to hot takes.
Yeah.
The
first hot take from last week was from PG Brewing, and it was that Spider-Man Webslinger, or Darval, whose web protects, will top 8. It did not top 8. I don't think it topped 30.
I don't even think there was any white weenie, right? Like, was there any white weenie? Darval. Oh, there was one that came in 15th on the Friday. In
a one-of.
Yeah, a one-of in Black White Blade. There you go.
That's closer than I expected, to be fair.
There you go. Never assume. There was none on Saturday. And
none on Sunday.
And none on Sunday. The one copy in the 15th. That's all we need, though. That's all we need.
The 3-mana 3/3.
Yeah, with the 3-mana legendary 3/3.
Yeah.
That's the one. The next one was that Spider Rex or Chizak Apex Arachnosaur will top 8 challenge. I can't imagine that one. I don't even know how to say it. Chizak. Let's do a little search. Nothing on Friday. Nothing on Saturday. And nothing on Sunday. Was nowhere in the top 32, unfortunately. Sad times. There's time, don't worry.
My hot take from last week was sort of the everyone else's hot take. And it was that Spider-Man would have 0 meaningful impact on Pauper. Which currently I definitely feels true because the cards are all awful.
I just want to actually double check to see if I don't think it was the case. I feel like I did check when I wrote the note before. I was checking to see if the Wildfire decks had ran less cast downs, and and they hadn't.
I didn't notice it. It changed, to be honest. It just looked the same.
There's one that ran 3, but that's not really anything. Like, it didn't like run 3 and a terminate. It just ran 3. So, but that was it. That's the closest we got.
I think there's some that can definitely see some play. Like the Madness one. I feel like there was a Madness one. It just didn't top 10. And the B guy.
I don't know what Swarm. What the card?
Oh, it come 11th, which is actually pretty good on the Friday. It's called Wekdu.
Yes. Oh yeah.
As a 2-off. So still not like slammed in, but it is there. But yeah, very, very few and far between for the Spider-Man cards.
Yes. My last one, which again didn't happen, is that Venom or Tethek's Gift of Malice will top 8, and I don't think anyone even ran the card.
No.
To be honest. Hasn't caught on yet. Grixis Legends isn't the best card yet, clearly.
Hot takes for next week?
Yes. Just for reference, we added a point to Reese. I don't know what these points mean, but I keep tracking them. But yeah.
Did I get a point for 0 meaningful impact?
Yeah, you got 0 for meaningful impact. And then
we can take that off next week.
Yeah, if one top 8's next week, we take it off. Happily.
Our first hot take for next week is from Moist Moose, and it sort of is ringing true what we've just been saying. That the Swarm of Bees is the only playable Spider-Man card.
I need to what's it called? Wekdu. I need to put that in brackets so I don't have to remember. Wekdu. Sure.
It's not. I don't think it's even called bees anymore either.
Yeah, it's Midnight Hunter.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with bees.
Nope, nothing. Yeah, and then the next one is also from PG Brewing. Is that White Weenie will see a top 8 next week?
It's been a while.
It's been a while for sure. It's gone to top 8 and it's not going to run any new cards because nobody in White Weenie likes to change the deck.
I feel like White Weenie's like slowly getting power crept out of the format though. It needs some tools.
Ride's End, clearly.
Yeah, sideboard Ride's End.
There you go. That's what it is.
But you need the opposite Ride's End. You need, for White Weenie, you need one that exiles and costs less if it's untapped. So you can get your combat through.
Is that what it is?
My hot take for next week is that the PFP update that is happening next week definitely will shake up the format.
Can we also agree, please, to stop doing updates that I have to track? We're highlighting so many right now. All 3 of these are going to be yours.
That we're tracking. Saying, come on, PFP, update us now. It's going to be soon, right?
For reference, we've got High Tide will not be banned and taken off trial. We've got Terror will be considered for the banning. And then now we've got that the update will shake the format, basically.
I'm going to hit something with those. I mean, if High Tide stays unbanned, that's fine.
Yeah.
If High Tide gets banned, I'll lose that one, but it's shaking up the format.
There you go, win-win. And then my last one is that I'm still got this Copium. Copium's coming, and is that Spider-Man or Through the Omen Paths will make an appearance in next week's top 10s. Just one.
You're not far off, to be fair, with that Red-Black coming 11th. Like, that's probably on Tiebreaker's 11th, right? The Black-White Blade list is a bit more bold, especially with the one of, like, he might have just never drawn that card.
It's okay, we're going to see Ixodor is going to be top 8 and with 4 Spider manifestations in their deck. That's what it is.
Is that the dinosaur?
No, it's the red-green hybrid mana dork dude.
Oh, okay.
That untaps when you cast your Acid Moss.
Yeah. I thought you would be on, like, the dinosaur friend.
No.
Doesn't get cast off board and party cascade.
Yep, exactly. Oh my god, you can have dinosaur trains with Altasaur into Spider-Rex. Oh my god, look at that dinosaur train. Everyone bought it.
But is him board and party not just better? Or Avenging Hunter?
No, it's not a dinosaur swinging off a web. How is that not better?
Neither's the one you're cascading into. It's some weird name on Magic Online. I don't even know what it's called.
We wrote it down. It's called Chizak Apex Arachnosaur. Obviously.
What's it look like?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's all of that. Anything else to add?
No, that's it for me. Don't draft Spider-Man. It's bad.
Always ending on a positive vibe, clearly. Thank you all for the continued support. If you have enjoyed this podcast, please do not forget to share it with your family, your friends, your loved one, your local Pauper community, and even your local Magic designers, because everyone's got them around the corner. That is all from us at Casting Commons. Until next time, and don't forget to stay hydrated. Peace.
Bye.